offer the solution, Hegelian dialectic. All I know is government's massing food and weapons. Elites are hardening their homes. Elites are moving to rural areas. That's all over the news. I mean, every major economist we have on says, I've moved to because everyone can see the writing on the wall. Open borders, deindustrialization, food prices exploding. This is just the beginning. And I literally now am just not even shaken. I am bracing internally, Dr. Grube, to know that we've already are hitting the beginnings of it. And we can see the response as they prepare for total martial law and use Ferguson as a beta test, that we need the liberty movement and the patriots out there to A, be prepared, B, be out educating people now so that as things get worse, as Ron Paul has said, folks know this was engineered and blame the collectivist and not the free market and capitalism. This is the socialist takeover plan, the communist takeover plan, directed by the ultra-rich that are exempt with UN diplomatic immunity. This is their consolidation. This is it. And they're going to let Al-Qaeda attack us, guaranteed. That's in the news now. U.S. braces for Al-Qaeda attack while the border's open. And people say, oh, you're saying the government did the Al-Qaeda attack. No. I'm saying the criminals that run our government are allowing them to get ready to attack us because then they'll take our rights. It's so easy to understand how they're operating. And they admit they're doing this. This is not my opinion. James in Colorado, thanks for holding. Then we'll go to Adam, Red, Jay, and Kelly. Go ahead, James. You're on the air with Dr. Grube.
Yeah, I had a question about the X2 Nation iodine. My thing is it okay to give the kids, or should it be diluted? You know, just your professional opinion.
That's a really good question.
That is a good question. I give it to my kids. I mean, the fact is children are really, really, really deficient because most of the pregnant mothers were severely deficient in iodine. So I would definitely dilute it in a little bit of water or orange juice, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You know, iodine's pretty stable the way it is. So just to take maybe an ounce of water and put, depending on how old the child is, you know, I would probably, I mean, if it were me, I would give my child, you know, from an early age. I mean, it's definitely not going to hurt. I'd even mix it in with the milk, you know, that I'm, you know, feeding the child or whatever. But it is completely safe to use.
What is the dosage level?
Well, that just depends on how old the child is. How old is the child?
And he should consult a physician. But, I mean, look, 5 years ago, every medical doctor said, don't give a pregnant woman vaccines. They knew it caused all sorts of problems in utero. It caused miscarriages. That was on the insert. Then they said, no, we're going to double down. It's good. Take more when you're pregnant. They don't tell them that there's literally hundreds of studies over 100 years, literally going back over 100 years, but dozens just the last few years, in China, the U.S., you name it, about all of the birth defects and problems from lack of iodine. They know this, but their medical doctor will not tell you. People say, yeah, you said consult a physician. I went to them and they said, well, yeah, I guess you need some iodine, but, you know, maybe get a vitamin that has a little bit of it in it or something, or blah, 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 or, you know, I mean, they just know nothing about nutrition.
It's a lack of iodine that can be linked to a lot of the mental disabilities that children are seeing in school, that you're seeing in schools. I mean, low IQs, the dumbing down, because iodine protects against fluoride and chlorine and bromine accumulation in the brain and in the thyroid gland. And the thyroid gets messed up, your metabolism gets mixed up. I mean, it can be linked to practically every single disease out there, from obesity to anything else. But
China had so many birth defects. I mean, this has been in the mainstream news, that they make people supplement with iodine. I mean, it's just, they knew why they had so many towns where the kids were being born with all different sorts of disorders and things. I mean, they know, but our government doesn't want us to have it. Why is that?
It's counterintuitive to what they're trying to do. I mean, if you're trying to make a population sick and you're trying to increase the funds of the pharmaceutical companies and the oil and gas industry and everything else is all connected, you want to take away the health-giving things. I mean, I've said a bunch of times, I'm not the type of person that promotes a lot of different supplements, because I believe that, you know, if you keep your body clean on the inside, that's really all you need. But I do recommend everybody take iodine. I do recommend people take, you know, things to clean their body like Fluoride Shield and some of the things that actually support cellular function like DNA Force and stuff like that, because that's where it all happens. It happens at a cellular level. So Iodine would be great for kids.
What about the detoxing, though? Because I kind of felt bad 2 weeks into it like you predicted.
Well, whenever you start releasing those bromides, iodine is also, by the way, a very, very strong antiviral and microbial.
The IRS money that you can't pay? Are tax liens and levies ruining your life? Are you tired of being afraid just to go to the mailbox? If this describes you, then Dan Pilla can help.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla, and I've been solving tax problems for more than 30 years. In fact, I wrote the book that made it possible to negotiate settlements with the IRS, and I've helped thousands of people do exactly that. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. New changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever before eliminate their debts once and for all. There's no need for you to suffer another day with IRS debt. Call 800-346-6829. I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
Making the right decisions is a challenge to investors. Are we going to see economic growth, slide into a recession, or at worst, depression? Hi, Ted Anderson from Midas Resources. We all know when a company acts irresponsibly, divesting ourselves in a move towards safety is prudent. When the market becomes volatile, U.S. Treasuries are a safe haven. But what do you do when the U.S. government overextends itself and spends beyond its means? Many investors are turning toward gold as a common-sense alternative to traditional paper investments. Midas Resources has put together a powerful book titled 10 Reasons to Own Gold, discussing costs, benefits, risks, featuring full-color illustrations, weights, and measures. The book is free and can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. Paper investments are dwarfed by gold's 6,000-year history. Discover how gold may be right for you and your IRA by calling 800-686-2237. Whether buying or it's time for you to sell, the book is free. Call 800-686-2237.
Big business has discovered the preparedness market, and that makes it difficult to know where to go and who to trust. MyPatriotSupply.com is owned and operated by patriots just like you. Has the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more. MyPatriotSupply.com has old-fashioned values and the absolute best customer service in the industry. Look for the deal of the day, unique, affordable survival supplies that fit anyone's budget. Get same-day shipping on all orders and free shipping on orders over $49. Call 866-229-0927, 866-229-0927, or visit MyPatriotSupply.com for emergency preparedness, self-reliance, and food independence. Shop with a name you know and a name you can trust. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Are you happy doing your laundry with perfume detergents that irritate your skin? Are you happy washing your hands with stinking fragrances that gives your skin rashes? Are you happy paying new, higher prices for smaller boxes? Find your happiness today with our 1 to 4 year supply of pure soaps, or our 1 to 2 month sampler with bar soap, shampoo, laundry, and dish soap at 5starsoap.com. You deserve the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com.
My Magic Mud is a tooth whitening powder that removes plaque and detoxifies your mouth. It's safe for your enamel, giving you a beautiful polish and a dentist-like clean after every use. My Magic Mud is also the perfect remedy for pain caused by sensitivity. It strengthens your teeth and gums for a strong, healthy smile. The ingredients are 100% natural and it's safe for children. Simply brush with My Magic Mud right before bedtime for a cleaning you can count on. Visit mymagicmud.com.
The time with Dr. Group. We have another guest coming up, so let's race through your calls. Adam in Canada, you want to talk about DNA Force with Dr. Group? Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Alex. Nice to speak with you again. Good day, Dr. Group.
Thank you, brother.
I do have one question for Dr. Group and then a comment for Alex and listeners. I take the Longevity Healthy Start Pack plus a Survival Shield every day. Are there any counterindications for taking other nutraceuticals like DNA Force or Super Male Vitality?
That's a good question. No, I always recommend that you give yourself a little bit of time between each nutraceutical that you take. I mean, I don't like to take a lot of nutraceuticals or all the nutraceuticals at once. And clinically, I've found that you get a way better benefit if you spread them out at least by 2 hours. So take one, then you can take another supplement 2 hours later. I know it's kind of hard to do it that way, but if you want the best results, you should split up and at least give an hour to 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing stuff like not eating ice cream a couple times a week at 10 o'clock at night watching a movie. On the couch. I'll just go have a big glass of water and some iodine. Or I'll go over and have some herbal tea or something. It's not like, I'm some super health nut now, but I've lost a lot of weight. I'm a lot healthier than I was. It's a slow process to do it right and keep it off, though. But you deal with stuff like Beyond Tangy Tangerine. That's just a bunch of minerals and organic vitamins together. Full spectrum, absorbable, InfoWarsHealth.com. That's great. And I take it at least once a day, as a snack or something, again, instead of eating candy or something. That's how I've made myself start taking supplements. Because my whole life I didn't do it. Because I was never in the habit, or I would start and get off. Now I've gotten good about staying on it, at least partially, and I'm getting better about it. And the more I take, because I'm not even taking that much right now, but it's a lot compared to a couple of years ago, the better the benefits.
Yeah, it's just getting your body used to doing things. And at the same time, what you should be doing when you're taking supplements is looking at your environment, cleaning up your house, not buying any more chemicals, but replacing them with natural and organic solutions instead, and avoiding all the things that are actually causing or can cause any type of disease or malfunction in your body, especially the endocrine disruptors, getting cell phone protectors. I mean, the list goes on. But taking supplements is one thing because you need to clean the inside of your body, but you also need to clean your outside environment, and that means your food, what you're drinking, and wherever you're living, that environment needs to be clean as well.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to the next caller here. Red in Texas wants to talk about DNA Force as well. Too bad that's sold out. People, go ahead, Red.
Hey, brother, can you hear me?
I can hear you okay. Sounds garbled, but go ahead.
I want to get on favor with DNA.
Yeah, we got to move on. We just lost you there. Maybe see what happened. Let's go ahead and talk to Kelly in Texas. Go ahead. Has a question for Dr. Group.
Yes, I want to thank you so much for everything you do, Alex. I feel for you. I mean, I'm in the same boat you are. I have anger issues, stress, and everything else about this evil government we live under. But with regards to that, Dr. Group, what I heard you a couple of weeks ago talk about something you could take for stress and depression. What kind of alternatives is there out there other than what they give you at the doctor?
I mean, I've seen double-blind study stuff years ago about St. John's warts being a lot better than Prozac, right?
Actually, InfoWars Live is going to be coming out with a product that we're going to be talking about more today, specifically addressing depression, stress, anxiety, because it's such a huge deal. It's the thing that knocks your immune system down by 50% instantaneously. Some of the things that are going to be in there, like lithium orotate, which I love, and that's not lithium. This is a safe form. It's called lithium orotate. There's plenty of research online. Dr. Nieper in Germany has done research on it since the 1940s. That's one of the best things that I've used forever that has been able to conquer any type of mental illness. Tibetan rhodiola is another thing. There's a lot of different...
You're talking about plant-based lithium.
Plant-based lithium. It's actually a plant-based lithium bonded to an erotic acid, and it is incredible to use for a multitude of things. As a matter of fact, people are using it right now for military, for post-traumatic stress disorder, and reducing the suicide rates.
Well, I mean, I've been to a bunch of prestigious child psychologists, and more, they're rebelling and not trying to push drugs on kids. They're going to the plant-based lithium, and just seeing incredible response. Because it's not turning the kids into zombies at all, because it's such a small dose and it's organic. It just literally... It just cuts it all out.
Yeah, right now, I mean, we're seeing so many suicides with people getting put on antidepressants, antipsychotics, and everything like that. So we're going to come out with a product that's going to, reduce suicides, help regulate brain function, keep you in a state to where you're calm, your anger is depressed down, and your anxiety, too. And then you'll be able to also, if you reduce all those, you'll be able to sleep better at night.
Amazing. Dr. Ed Group is our guest. I got to do a couple more minutes. We're getting Gage on, but I want to finish two more callers with Jay. And
we're on the march.
We're going to go to Jay.